But yeah, coming from grade school and then us having a similar interest in music, you feel
Right,
me?
right,
And
right.
and I feel like, thinking back and being like, man, being a part of those home studio sessions and thinking about like, well, we all wanted to be in the gym.
Yeah.
Like you feel like that was our mindset too.
Yeah, it was
like,
helpful.
man, let's get in here, bro. Let's
Yeah.
get in here. Like, and I think for you, it's
Me,
like,
you, and Kyle, bro.
yeah. You
That
kept
was
coming back.
crazy. It was crazy. If I wasn't there, he was there, or it was both of us.
And you know what? You were always like, bro, like I'm gonna be in here. Like I said, it's kind of that gym mentality.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, and we didn't even feel this way, but you would be like, yeah, okay, y'all better than me, but I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean?
I definitely remember saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
I because the reason why, is because you would always go straight Jay Dilla on me, like, bro, you got
like the beat selection.
Yeah, and you're the reason why I have the mentality of like, no matter what plays, just write your ass off.
Yeah.
You got it, bro. Like, make anything sound good. So like me having to get on like Jay Dilla, like rapping beats, like, bro, can you sing to this? No, you can't. Well, I don't know. Like, figure it out, And it was like, all right, for sure. Like, I'm gonna have to. So there's plenty of songs where I have like weak verses, but those verses that I wrote count as the reps, and they made me better.
For sure. That was all, reps, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like still my religion to this day, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You're the reason why I use the word reps so fucking
yeah. Bro, that's cool, man.
Straight
I actually love reflect. I didn't even think we were gonna reflect that much just in this first 10 minutes. I'm like, dang, bro. Okay, you got me thinking about certain things. But anyway, yeah, bro. So going into that, going back for where that music passion comes from, where does that come from for you? Right, we were into it. Recording ourselves young and had that home studio, and we'd be vibing at my house. But before that, bro, where did it start for you?
I mean, like a lot of singers, bro, it started in church, bro. I grew up with my mom in choir, and everybody just like, oh, we want your mom to sing the solos, causing church beef. I'm like, yo, mom, like, you need to sit down, like, let somebody else sing. But like, everybody's like, no, we get into the spirit when she sings. Like, it's only when she doesn't. It's like, okay, like, that's who I'm following after. And I knew I could kind of sing here and there, but wouldn't like to show a lot of people because I just don't like a lot of attention. Like, it was just too much. And I ended up joining kids choir, and the choir director just noticed, like, oh yeah, you got that gift from your mom, and just started just singing in choir, and just eventually like was like, oh man, like the first song I ever sang to where I was like, oh dang, I think I actually can sing was Joe, I Wanna Know.
Oh, that's
bro,
one of my
that
favorites.
song where you're cleaning up the house, and I just couldn't stop playing it, bro.
Yeah.
And I had the CD player, bro. I was like, run it back.
Dang.
And then my uncle, my mom already knew at this point, but I remember my uncle, he came over, and he was like, he like heard me singing, and he stopped in the room, and he was like, Kim, your son can sing. Your son can sing. And she was like, I already know, like, you late, And I was like, dang, like, mom just gave me the official, like, I could sing, That was the first time I heard her tell me that,
Wow.
So ever since then, I was like, yo, like, I want to try to write lyrics. Like, I need to figure this out. So, I mean, my inspiration was, it's a crazy mixture, but favorite of all time growing up singer is Fred Hammond.
Ooh.
And then
I don't think I remember you saying that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's just who I get on my runs from. If you really listen to his music and then try to listen to mine, it's like, okay, I see what's going on,
Wow.
Because he was like, before listening to secular, like heavily, like when I was growing up, it was like, oh, he's making gospel music sound like R&B songs almost, you know what I mean? Like,
so soulful.
like the just runs all over the place, but it's landing perfectly, like,
for sure.
Then just ever since then, I remember I had a girlfriend at the time when I was like maybe 10th grade. And I remember just telling her how much I love music and how I wanted to get my own setup one day. And like toward the end of our relationship, bro, she ended up buying me a mic. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, you believe in me. Like, come on, let's go, you know?
Yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
was just the little fire that I needed to keep going. Like, all right, like, if I can't do it myself, like, then I need to go somewhere and pay because, like, I have talent, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
So, but I mean,
that's where it started.
you got to put the hard work with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So then you started obviously writing your own music,
Right,
finding a way to record yourself.
Yes.
And do you remember, I know we had the home studio set up, but like from there, where was your first experience going to like a real professional studio?
Okay. Let's see. First professional studio. Well, the first taste I had of like a professional studio was actually in it was in a trailer. My uncle, he was heavy into music already, like making songs and albums. So I definitely was trying to be like him. And
What was your uncle's name again? I remember
Mike
him.
Eddie.
I remember you telling me about him for sure.
Yeah, Mike Eddie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir. I just remember just like, oh man, like if he can do it, I can. Like he's making songs from scratch, you know?
Yeah.
And he gave me the opportunity to record with one of his friends one time. And I remember the song was about like, it was called like Live My Life or something. Like I'm gonna live my life to the fullest. Was the first song I ever recorded professionally. And I just remember like, I don't know if this is good enough. Like it's not nearly as good as what my uncle can do, you know?
Yeah.
Just comparing myself. And like he even was like, yeah, you just need to keep practicing. You know, and I was like, man, fuck you.
yeah, for sure.
That's how I felt. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna be better than you.
Yeah.
You know? That was my fire. Like I was like, I gotta be better than him because he said I need more work.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not to throw anybody under the bus, but it was like, bro, where was the help? I think
nah, bro. I mean, as artists, I think especially early on, you know, those are the sorts of feelings those are the driving factors, you know what I'm saying? And some people, you know, take that and then, you know, they won't put in the work with it. Some people will just run with it, you know what I mean? So like even that mindset, you know, like growing as an artist, like you're making me think of like even evolving from the wrong sort of fueling stuff, you know what I mean? And just like, you know, even just wanting to be dope for what reason? You know, I had to really sort that out. Personally, in my artist development journey, it was just like, man, why do I want to be the dopest? You know, or why do I think like, you know, why do I want to be this? What am I trying to prove? You feel me? So like a lot of that, like we went through, you feel me? And that's why it's like, it's cool to talk about it now because some of these conversations, some of these points, like we haven't even touched on these for real, you know? And it's crazy, bro, because this is like the second time that I felt this feeling where I've sat down with a close friend, somebody that I grew up with, and like we end up chopping it up, and it's just like, dang, like we chop it up in real life, but like sometimes we don't go there. Like now we're like asking questions, we're being a little more intentional, and we're having conversations. It's like, oh man, we never really talk. Like right now, like you dove into reflecting. And right away, and I was just like, oh man, you know, these are good things to kind of like, you know, talk about and stuff like that. So that's dope, bro.
So question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what was your answer to why do I want to be dope?
Oh, I think from early on, it's very simple. It's acceptance, you know, it's wanting to be accepted by people. It's wanting to, you know, it's all about perception. You know what I'm saying? When we're growing up young and, you know, we're trying to establish this image and we're trying to do this and we're trying to do that. You feel me? So I feel like definitely a lot of that, you know, so you just gotta kind of work through those types of things. You know what I mean? And for me, you know, just getting one with the creator and just knowing like, hey, what am I created for? And especially at that time too, bro, when you got God instilled in you from a young age, you kind of get that other conflict too. Like you would see it, man. Like I'd still be reading the Bible. I'd still be trying to, you know, figure things out. You know what I mean? And sometimes it created some gray areas for me and stuff like that.
Like,
but
should I be making Christian music? Should I just still do what I'm doing? Like that was my battle, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dang, bro. Like I don't want to show my mom this, or like I feel like she's gonna judge me, and like I'm like, dang, but she's been telling me I need to make a gospel song at least, like just one, like dedicated to God, and I feel so bad every time I make a song and it's not that. You know?
Yeah, nah, I think it's important to embrace that too, being a part of our journey, and I think that you know we still got to check ourselves. I don't care how far along we are in our journey. We got to make sure, like, you know, is this for the kingdom? Is this, you know, we got to check it, bro. So
it's heavy.
Yeah, and then we're just documenting the journey, bro. I ain't in here, you know,
Real talk.
it ain't preaching, it ain't nothing like that,
Nah,
bro.
but
It's
it's
just
good.
like, for sure.
Because a lot of people don't even know why they want to do music, you know?
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My first reason, I was like, I got talent. I want all the girls on me. Like, I'm about to do it, you know? So even at high school, like, bro, I have a crazy story about me and Kyle. The way we met, like, he just found out that I could sing, bro. He didn't know what I looked like or who I was. Yeah. But he was like, when the lunch bell hit, when lunch hit, he was searching for me, bro. And he was like, I heard you could sing. Like, but at this time, I think it was me and Reggie, or me and Ryan. One of us. There was a point, like, I'll say for a hot, like, 2 weeks, bro. There was, like, me and Ryan taking turns singing, and there's, like, a group of girls around us, bro. And it's like, who sang better? And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna win this every time. Then everybody would vote for me, bro, right?
What Ryan say? Did Ryan think he was winning?
Yeah, bro. He thought he would. He thought he was nice. You feel me? No, bro, stop. Let me show you what nice is. I was like, I would always call him Chris Breezy. Because I'm like, bro, you look just like Chris Brown, nigga. But you can't sing like me, nigga.
Cheat code, Yeah, that's wild.
So it would be the girls gathering around us, and you know, every time, you know. And then one of those sessions is where Kyle was like, "Yo, like I heard you could sing." Oh no, it was after he missed it all, you know. And then the word got out, and he comes to find me while I'm chilling. He's like, "Bro, let's go to the library. I gotta hear you sing." Or he was like, "Sing right now." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not about to do all that. Like, I don't want the attention." He was like, "All right, let's go to the library then." So literally, we go to the library, pick an aisle, sit down, and like he's like, "I'll go first." And then I go, and he's like, "Yo, you're nice." I'm like, "Bro, good looking, bro. You're actually nice." It's hard to find good singers like that I don't have to just hype up because you're my homie, you know? Like, bro, have vocals. I was like, "Bro, what the heck?" Like, and then we actually ended up, he invited me to his church for youth night. And I ended up starting a Christian group with him. It was me, him, Chantel, and Brittany. I don't know if you know the girls.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it was two girls and us two. And we were writing the songs, bro. It was.
What were y'all called?
Oh man. Did we have a name? I gotta call Kyle, man.
Yeah. You better figure that out.
But
man,
we performed in everything in front of church, bro.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of started to where it was like, all right, let's do it. Started with Christian music, then went over to secular. And now I'm like, dang, do I need to go back or do both? What do I do, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Nah,
it's a battle when you don't know exactly why you're doing something.
Yeah, no doubt. And so that's going on. I mean, and what are you doing in between all of that? Like, say after, you know, high school and stuff like that, you still making music.
Oh yeah.
And what are you doing in the meantime?
So I'm still like making music, but at the time I had like damn near a ghostwriter at the time, like Dante, Poetic Flow, you know? So a lot of the music that I was singing came from his pen, but he would write about my experiences. So he was just on it, bro. Through, like, he was writing out the experiences live. You feel me?
Nice.
So I'm like,
Dante's
bro,
dope.
you're killing it with this. You know, everybody loved the songs. We have a song, No Chaser, and anytime I'm drinking, whoever knows me well enough, they're like, "You need a chaser? What happened to that song?" I'm like, and my go-to response is, "Nigga, I ain't write it."
Oh damn, throwing them under the bus.
Right. I'm like, that's your boy right there. He wrote it. Crazy. You feel me? So
and no, Dante don't need a chaser.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool. And then also too, you were kind of job to job at the time,
yeah.
right? So just through that time, now take us from going job to job to now, as I know, you being full-time entrepreneur with your business, bro. Like what was the journey there? How did you get to starting your business and now being full-time on your business for how many years?
Man, shoot, since 2016. So
Ooh,
what is
nice.
that? What is that, like 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
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 So it's been a little while. But before, like right after high school, try to continue to pursue the music.
Yeah.
And it just was taking too long. YouTube wasn't, known as the go-to to just download a beat and well, I guess it was. It was popular. Yeah, it was popular.
That's not what you
but
wanted,
it was
though.
I wanted something curated just for me.
For sure.
And I would find a beat all the time, and then it's like, oh, in the middle of the beat, I don't like it. So, like, how do I fix that? I need to find someone. So then I got fixated on having to have live people make the beats, and then it was another year, and it was like, yeah, it's too much. Like, I would have to pay, $500 per beat? You know, you got to have somebody that's really, in love with and believes in you,
Yeah,
to just do it off of the strength and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I don't know if this is it,
Yeah.
So kind of fell off. Me and Dante moved up to Fullerton to try to pursue, but it was just like we didn't have anything to lay down, and it was just a lot.
Yeah.
But ended up coming back down to San Diego from Fullerton and just was doing my regular 9 to 5. I had like 25 jobs before I started my business. Literally, bro. Yeah. Me and my wife and her mom were counting up all the jobs that I've had.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. But anyways, I was on unemployment one time for one of my million jobs, and my dad was he had injured his shoulder or his back, but he could still do a lot. It was just like temporary pain. He was like, it's not that bad, but I'm on leave, So one of his friends showed him, oh yeah, you can, go to auto repair shops and pick up metal for cheap or get it for free and sell it for a lot. So I went out one day with them and we pulled in like $400 in like 3 hours. And I was like, I got $70 for like 3 hours of work, or it might have been less, So I was like, what the heck? And the guy who was showing us, RP, he ended up passing away due to like a drinking problem.
Okay.
But he would never be able to get out the car. He would just show us where to go. And he'd be like, all right, yeah, they have stuff. So eventually he kind of wouldn't show up. And like,
did you know what you were doing at the time?
No.
So when that's explained to you, so what was the task that was explained to you? Like, oh, hey, we're gonna go
we're gonna go pick up some metal from different places.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh man. So when I first started try to figure it out myself, I was like, okay, let me just Google free metal or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then I would find stuff like grills and house appliances, and I'm like, man, like that's no money. How are people making money off of this?
Yeah.
So then just asking questions to every person who's doing it better was getting me 10 to 20 to 100 steps further within a couple of seconds,
Yeah.
So instead of having to learn and fail, it was like, let me ask this person exactly what I know they don't want to tell me.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to tell me, then I really need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because it's that valuable.
For sure.
So that's just how I live my life, though.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm always asking the questions nobody will ever ask. But it's so helpful, man. There's no dumb question, bro.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say the dumbest question is the one not asked.
For
I'm like, dang, like that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like it could be somebody in here who's just like, okay, there was an experience. I had one of my workers with me, and we're cleaning up this dealership, and he was like, he asked the manager, he was like, hey, do you have any cars that you want to get rid of? And I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, he doesn't have any cars that he just wants to get rid of. And then he's like, we're like driving or like walking away, and he goes, actually, yeah, I do. And I'm like, what? Dang, like I need to live by what I say,
Yeah, for sure.
And we were able to get like 10 cars for free from them just by asking, you know? So a huge profit made from one question. So it's like,
and what's the risk, right? Like most people are just like worried about looking away. Yeah.
Looking dumb or not intelligent. Yeah. So I don't fear a lot, bro. Like I only start to get nervous or fear things when it's like, there's nothing else you can do, bro.
Yeah.
Except, you know, cry about it, you know? But it's like, bro, you spill something, bro, it's spilled, you know? But like, until everything is spilled, I'm like, I can make it work. You know what I mean? So
pivot.
I try to just use that good energy to open up more doors, make people feel comfortable. And it's like, it's been working for sure.
That's dope. So you're in between jobs, you're getting unemployment at that time. Your pops tells you, oh, hey man, come do this or whatever. You're like, what are we gonna do? Right. So you start scrapping metal, essentially, you know, recycling metal. Even me, it took me a second to understand, like, hey, okay, what is this actually? You know, what is this that you're doing? Right. So you take that there. Did you start seeing like the money in it right away? Were you kind of like I ain't really with this, or like what was your thought process that eventually got you going now 5+ years with this scrap metal business, right? For someone who doesn't know at all, you know, you own a scrap metal business called Scrap It Up.
Yes, sir.
Right? You guys, you recycle metal. You know, you started just
very
being
small.
You started with you and
went solo. So
you know,
so the way it happened was we were doing it for a little while. The guy was kind of like, he would make money and just go enjoy it. And like, you know, drink it away and just chill out.
So that was the owner, or that was the guy who got you into it?
Who put us on, who put my dad on, and then my dad put me on.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
Without really, I think maybe he did this to show me something, but I didn't realize he was showing me anything bigger than just
you're just getting some side money.
Right. That's all I thought it was. But my dad kept saying like, man, I don't understand why he doesn't have money. Like there's so many people that that give him stuff for free. And I'm like, what? Like that's crazy. You know, so this guy ends up falling off, and then I kind of fall off as well because I'm like, we need him, you know?
Yeah.
And I check up on my dad like 2-3 days later because I'm still like getting a check from being unemployed, and he's still just doing his thing. And I call him with this back problem, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Pops? What you doing? And then he's like, oh, I'm just picking up some metal. I just finished up for the day. And it's like 1 o'clock. He's like, yeah, I made like $300-$200. And I'm like, what? And your back is like messed up and you can do this all by yourself? So then I'm like, all right, let me help you. Maybe we can double that. So I hop in a truck with them, and people just start to respect you for being with your pops, just grinding hard. Like they respect the fact that you're not out doing something scandalous, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, Pops, like this fool was acting crazy when I was by myself, but with you there, like he's acting totally different. And then I would bring my wife, and then they would be like, oh, you better take care of her and let me not pay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? Like, you know, so different things I would notice. I'm like, okay, you can get material like just by treating people well and just building relationships. So that was super fun to me. I was like, bro, I love chopping it up with people and getting to know them, you know? So my pops, I ended up working with him, and we started to make a bunch of connections. I would just follow his footsteps, bro. Like he would hop out the car. We would go to El Cajon Boulevard, like giving away too much game. El Cajon Boulevard, bro, is flooded with shops on both sides. So we would literally hop out, go, hey, do you have any scrap metal that you want to sell or get rid of for free, whatever? And then be like, oh yeah, we got this, and then let us clean it up. Oh, stop by. Oh no, we don't. Well, okay, well, here's our number just in case, you know? And then just stopping every couple of minutes, you know? And that's how we built our clientele. And that was all we needed to do. And whenever I'm slow, it's like, oh, I got to hop back in the truck and go meet people, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So started doing that, and then it came to a point to where Pops had to go back to work. And he ended up buying this truck a long time ago for my mom, and he ended up, Pops had to go back to work. And I was like, oh, shoot. So what are you gonna do as far as like the scrap metal stuff? He was like, honestly, you could use a truck, and if it doesn't work, just go back to work. And I was like, whoa, he's giving me this truck like to use and make money, and like.
That was your dad's truck?
Yeah. Okay. It was his truck, but he
was it the white one?
Yes,
that was the first
white
one?
Ram.
Okay, yeah,
white
for sure.
1500 Dodge
going?
Ram. No, bro. That's a whole other story.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
Pretty much got in a what was it, a 180 or something like that, and messed up the transmission and wasn't registered and just got towed.
Yeah.
But I have 2 other trucks that are 3500s now, so we doing big
and you
work.
You had 2 other trucks.
Yes.
Yeah, now you've been through trucks, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So safety is very important when it comes to doing this.
For sure. And I think that like one of the things that was cool, right? Like that just proved that you're not just an aspiring entrepreneur, like this is in you, is that it didn't even matter. Like once that opportunity was in front of you, like you just didn't let it go, right? Like working for yourself and like, you know, and I think that that's something that we both came to talk about and both value, where it's like, hey, like this is something that, you know, I think we've always probably had in us. I mean, back when that's, like I said, I don't remember much, but obviously for me, the things I do remember is just like selling lollipops, bro.
Crazy.
Like,
and Reggie, you and Reggie?
Bro, I mean, so when and that's what I'm saying, like I don't remember much, but I remember these sorts of things because like that's where my head was at. Like even though like I might have been a knucklehead and this and that, like I really was focused on the business. I was trying to make something happen. Like I'm like, well, I'm gonna make something happen, you know. And like I remember selling them blow pops, and then I went to Jolly Rancher lollipops, and then one of the homies from Still Canyon, his name was Quaid. You remember that fool? Nah. Yeah. So Quaid actually came on with like this whole box of Mexican candy. So he was like taking my customers with the Mexican candy, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So so just thinking back to that and like even our approaches, you know, it's interesting. Like I know I'm very methodical, right? So it's kind of like it might take me a little longer to get from point A to point B. I'm thinking through things, and then for you, you're like, man, you went boots on the ground. Like, all right, I'm gonna figure this out.
Yep.
You had that turning point, you know, from 25 jobs to, all right, you know what? I'm gonna freaking do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I told myself it was meant to be. I was like, bro, I never enjoyed working for someone unless it just was something I wanted to do.
And what's crazy is that's probably harder work than any of them other jobs.
Definitely, because it's consistent, but at the same time, this job is just way more rewarding. You know, but
it's rewarding,
a lot of the pressure falls on you and
for different reasons. Okay, yeah. I mean, money wise, that's another conversation. But I'm like, even just the style of work, like I'm thinking about that, right? And it's like self-awareness is so important because you might be miserable for a different reason than the actual work.
Right.
Like you're miserable because, man, I'm on someone else's time. But it could just be the switch of like, I'm on my own time.
Right.
Now this work might be way worse than this, but I'm on my own time. I'm happy, you know? And that's the part that like a lot of what I didn't know early on, like, you know, is what I want to give back to anybody that's just like to the youth or something, you know?
Yeah.
Because just some information like that, you know, even just like the way I was trained or the way that people gave it to me was like, hey, you know, you work this job, whatever job you don't want to work for the time being to get where you need to get, right? But like no one ever was like, man, you know, get something close to the field that you're passionate about.
Right.
You know, like no one ever helped me look for jobs around the music industry.
Yeah.
Like there was jobs there for us, bro.
Yeah.
Like we could have been pursuing a job but we were like, you know, I don't know, get a job, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta like it. You're not supposed to like it.
Right.
You know, you're not supposed to. And I'm just like, you know, I'm like, I wouldn't tell someone that now. I'm like, no, you know, try to get close to something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
You know, try to find something in alignment with who you are, especially now, bro, because there's so many job opportunities. I think you can really be happy doing certain stuff. You feel me? So that was cool. That, you know, that's cool to see. I'm connecting those dots, you know, seeing where you were at, bro. And you know,
it's crazy to think about the whole how it got started for real.
Yeah.
But just to end that out, I literally the way I built the business was trial and error and asking a lot of questions.
A lot of questions.
Like my trial and error was spinning 2 trucks out because they were too heavy.
Yeah.
You know, and then getting ahead was asking somebody, where do you go to pick your stuff up?
Yeah.
Why do you always have so much? Why do you have more than everyone?
Yeah.
And they were giving me the answers.
Yeah.
To where like I was like, nah, you're lying to me. You're trying to throw me off. But there was an answer I got to where I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But then eventually this person sold their route. I kind of was like, I can't afford this $20,000 route. It came with a truck and a trailer. And I saw it get sold to somebody who knew nothing about the business, ended up becoming close to them, seeing how the route was created. He had everything written down. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
This
and
is
then
perfect, yeah.
ended up it was too much work for that person because they just didn't know enough, you know? And I ended up getting that route for like maybe $800.
Yeah.
Just because I stayed close to it and was like, man, like I gotta know how to get here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm not trying to wait. Like these people have been coming here before me, and like now when I go, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pulling
Yeah.
up with 2 trucks now.
Yeah.
You know, so people are looking at me and I'm just like, I know what you're thinking. I know how you feel. But like just keep grinding, bro. Do what I'm
grinding.
doing. Replicate what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I've seen people like eye me for a little while and then boom, got a new truck. I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's get it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but there's so much work out there. But yeah, it's a $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
I never knew that until like I just started doing research and talking to my friends who are super successful. And it's like, bro, you're in a $1 billion industry. You could really run it up if you stop playing.
That's
you know?
awesome. Yeah.
And I was like,
and even documenting where we're at, just to use this as an opportunity to document the journey, you know, kind of put a little
stamp on it,
a stamp in where we are now, right? So you got a company that you've been building for about 7-8 years, and you know, even from what I told you, is it still the goal to be the Apple of scrap metal? You know,
man,
how do you feel about
crazy.
that? How do you feel about that?
That is crazy, man. That
Or
was
let's speak it in, man. Whatever you see for the business, you know, full transparency if you want to, like where is that gonna be? Business owner Solomon Davis. Hey, I'm at this point right now. I got this business. You know, this is what's gonna be going on.
Yeah.
Someone seeing Solomon Davis, the business owner, that might be your business partner. You know, might be watching this clip and be like, oh, you know what, man, maybe
might
we'll
be.
do. Yeah, where are we gonna go, man? Where's Scrap It Up going? Where is Solomon Davis, the business owner, going?
Well, Scrap It Up, the way that it's going, or that it will be set, is to where it's easy for you to work with us. A lot of issues that I've come across is horrible customer service or taking something that wasn't asked for. And I'm on top of that. It's, hey, I know this is in the area. Should I take this? And I tell my workers, hey, if you have to think 1 second about if you should take it or not, you need to ask.
Let's go.
So just making life easier for anybody who needs to get rid of metals or automobiles. We come to them, or they can come to us and get top dollar price, same day or next day. You know, I want to be Amazon and Apple. If I can combine that, just super convenient for everybody, and everybody wins, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so you're speaking to you know, shops.
Yeah.
You know, even just like
We're gonna move into HVAC and like electrical companies, because there's so many avenues of material that I haven't focused on, because I'm just getting comfortable with what I know.
yeah.
It's been so many years since I've seen ACs, like commercial ACs, broken down, and I'm thinking like, oh, they're not making anything, until I asked maybe this year. And I'm like, why am I waiting to ask about something just because I'm not comfortable with it, you know?
For sure.
Like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, because what if it's not enough? But
Yeah.
you need to ask so you can know. But anyways, just found out about it, and it's like, I should have been doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bro. There's this one loud guy. You probably remember him. You remember the big white guy? who was always loud and always like, hey, puto, or like just super white. Like
Where?
He at the scrapyard.
At the actual
He would
yard?
come, yeah, he would come to the scrapyard and be the loudest big white boy there, and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, this motherfucker is here again.
Yeah.
But he was the one doing the ACs, and he broke down how much money he makes and how he gets these damn near for free.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
And I'm
that,
like,
yeah.
oh no, I'm paying for everything, not getting anything for free. So I have to put money toward everything. But there's places that'll just give you stuff and you can break it down and make a killing on it.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't ask, you won't know, bro.
Yes, sir.
So much more growing that I have to do, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm already doing well.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm happy that I focused on the stuff that is kind of hard to master, and then all the other stuff will be pretty easy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, you take pride in doing good business, and you know, all these shops and these other, you know, people that are in that, you know, field that may utilize your service, they could just expect to keep seeing you around, man. So
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean, right? You're gonna keep showing up. Scrap It Up's gonna keep showing up.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. So
Can't die, you feel me?
yeah, that's it.
Only
That's it.
multiply.
Yeah, nah, man,
Yes,
I
sir.
love it, man. And what about the other side? You know, on your personal brand side, you know, Slain, the music artist, or you know, just Solomon on that side. You know, being a part of another collective music group. You know, what's to expect from that end, man? What do you got planned?
Currently right now, just working on an EP, and I just want this one to like really hit for me
Yeah,
instead of like thinking about other people this time.
yeah,
Like I want to say stuff that I'm afraid to say. You know, like I guess I might have to hurt people's feelings,
yeah. Why not?
but it just makes for the best product. You
Yeah.
know, when you're just being 100% honest. You know.
Yeah,
You know, I got some things to tell people, you feel
Yeah,
me? So it's
for
like,
sure.
But yeah, working on an EP. I have a couple of songs. I mean, we have an EP done with the collective, which is me, Dante, and Frank.
Yeah.
But they go by Poetic Flow and FCIV, you know?
Shoot. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Yeah,
But yeah, we have a couple of songs, but we're just like, we want it to be a smash all the way through. Like, no
yeah.
skips, you know?
Yeah.
So we're in the mode of trying to create 100 songs and pick
Okay.
the best 5, you know?
Yep.
So, but yeah, that and Baby Boy on the way. So I got to go harder. Next time you see me, I should be,
Yeah.
you know, slaying light. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
So-
Oh, that's what. Okay, for sure.
But yeah,
you're on,
man.
you're on your stuff right there.
Yeah, trying
Yeah.
to get back into the health over everything.
100%.
Because, you know,
Got
if
it.
a nigga ain't healthy, bro, everything
Yeah.
else you doing don't really matter.
Nah, for sure.
You're setting it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So got to be
Nice.
able to stay here and enjoy.
Yeah. Nah,
But how you
big
been
time.
doing, man? You look good.
Yeah,
Always
appreciate it. Appreciate
clean
it, bro.
from the head to the toes.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. Nah, you caught me fresh off a haircut, so
Clean,
that's
clean.
always cool. That always
Yeah.
works. Everything's been good, bro. Everything's been good. Obviously, man, we're here. You see what I've been doing these days. Like you said, bro.
God
like,
is good.
You say these days when I say sessions, you know, I'm doing a lot of film sessions.
Real talk.
You know, so
It's
just
different.
Yeah.
Hey, back in the day, if it's session, you know what that is. Now it's like,
Yeah.
the sneak could be doing anything. It could be
Yeah.
up the sleeve, you know?
I'm
So,
still doing music sessions. You know me, I'm always gonna be recording myself and getting my reps in.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So-
Always. That's
and
you,
that's
bro.
and that's the same reason why it's just like, bro, always I think never leave ourselves behind, right? Continue to keep pushing, you know, toward that original vision we had. You know what I mean?
Man,
Bigger than music too, bro. Just being ourselves for a living, bro. We have an opportunity
it's crazy.
to do that and you know, and even generate revenue for our family. You feel
Facts,
me?
facts, bro.
through that. You know
That's
what
what
I'm
it's
saying?
about, man.
Yeah.
I just, you know, but the thing is, it's like, I want to raise my kid up in like this lavish life, but like me not having stuff made me who I am almost.
Yeah.
It made me like, I got to go get it, you
Yeah.
know?
You're probably thinking about that way more now, especially
Definitely.
with
Baby boy on the
baby
way.
boy on the way. Yeah, nah, for sure. But I think you know, that's a little too close to playing God. You feel me? We got to do what you know, do our best. You feel me? And I don't think that should stop from giving our kids a
You're right.
lavish lifestyle.
right.
You feel me? But I think the principles and values.
That's that part.
How are we instilling that? I think about that too. I'm
That's
like,
bigger than
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that like, whatever reason, break down like what a lavish lifestyle means.
Right.
Because a lavish lifestyle doesn't mean you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
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 It's just, I just heard a line that made me think of that too. Like my kid takes naps in Maybach back seats. You feel me? Like I'm like okay.
That's
I'm like
crazy.
I start thinking. I'm like man, where is my kid gonna be taking his nap at?
Right.
You feel me? He's gonna be taking his nap in his. You feel me? In our loft or in his room. That's you know what I mean. So
Gotta think about it.
I definitely get that, bro. But nah, for sure, bro. Any more questions for me though, big dog, before we tap up out of here?
Let me think.
We done ran on a good one.
Oh yeah, man, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it was definitely dope to catch up.
Always.
Let me think. Let me try to hit you with a good one.
Yeah, nah, you good.
Let me think. When do you think the next time is that you're gonna release a song?
Oh, next month.
Okay.
We got bro, and I mean I think you know better than I do is like when you decide to, I launched my business.
Will we have visuals?
I launched my oh yeah for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I'll show you a
It's
little
different.
clip
It's a
right
different
now.
time
I'll show you a
now.
clip right now. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a way different time, bro. And I think that even just on a practical answer is just like, bro, I launched my business before I ever released music, right? Like so, when I think about it and put it that way, you feel me? It's like I think I was just thinking about this before. It's like, when I got the vision for the businesses that I wanted to build, it really just changed my vantage point of how I looked at things.
Got you.
The same, because you have to have a lot of patience. You want to be an entrepreneur, like you got to expect to put in this work and not see the results. Like I already understood that. So like when I started having these visions and God started gifting me with these visions, it took all the other stuff, like even from the music side, just like, you know how it is, bro. I mean, a lot of artists are like, man, when am I going to make it? When am I going to make it? I'm going to pop off here.
Yeah.
I didn't really have that only because, bro, I was just like, I was in a business frame of mind. I'm playing the game a little different. Like, okay, I'm building, I want to build the entity that's going to be able to, put the cameras on myself and be able to do all these things.
Crazy, bro. You're in a blessed position, bro.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, like I'm cool. And then I wanted to build the artist development company.
Yeah.
So it's just all things that came with a lot of patience. So it's easy to have patience with the music, right? Where I'm not, but that at the same time, I'm pushing myself more than ever to have a sense of urgency, to be like, okay, what's our capacity? Like, how can I work smarter? I got to get up a little bit earlier to get this editing for clients done so that I have time for myself, this and that. You know what I mean? So just moving them parts around that probably like you have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, okay, cool. Cause when we're still in our business, which means we got a job, but it's just for ourselves. So
right.
you still filling them hours that you're putting in. You still got to work around same way. Just got a 9 to 5, and then you got to find the strength to still record your songs after and all that. So it's the same hustle, bro. Like,
right.
You feel me? But yeah, nah. As far as music, bro, yeah. Next month I was like, hey, let's slot in this song right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's called Snake Skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with it. You feel me? So
do we get a preview before it drops or?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'll show you for sure. But even the video, like you said, do we have visuals? That's funny.
Yeah, I'm a.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know my boy from back in the day.
Never.
You couldn't even. You could. It was a lot you couldn't do.
Yeah.
Come on.
What?
Couldn't do that. Why?
You press play on that.
You better not bring your phone out round Kiki.
Yeah.
Nigga, are you recording me?
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, he all on film. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Yo. Come on. Stop playing. I can't wait for
That was
this.
hard. Yeah. I like that one too.
This is hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little transition while you're listening.
on.
Don't know what. Yeah,
Can I put it?
go ahead.
Oh, you can hear it better.
I can hear it.
Bro, yo,
I forgot it goes.
bro,
as
this
well, yeah.
doesn't go stupid, bro. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be hot,
yeah. Nah, I'm gonna
Bro.
put some. We should have some budget to put
Yo.
because I gotta
bro.
the homie Juice.
That's the one.
Yeah, you like that one?
That's
you
the
know,
one,
Hey, you know
bro.
what? I'll give it to even these days we used to play music way back in the day. Yeah, I'll rarely put a little clip out, but Markel hit me on the ones on that one. He was like, "Hey, bro, out of everything, like I've heard this stuff throughout the years, but he hit me on that one. He's
I
like,
remember
hey.
the name of the song.
Oh, you remember it? Yeah,
It was called Vacation.
Oh, with me and Markel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, if you could find that, oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro, we have to have a day where you just embarrass me with all the horrible verses I laid down, but we gotta hear. We need to hear. Well, I mean, it's embarrassing for me because I'm just a super hard critic on myself.
Right.
But we gotta hear all the caps track, bro. I want to be able to, before we get started, pick out all the songs. I need to hear all the you and Kyle, you, me, and Kyle, bro. Our first songs. I know you still got them somewhere in the email, bro.
Yeah,
somehow.
For sure.
But bro, we need to just get a couple of chinks, nigga, and listen to Keek the Sneak one time.
No, I actually just appreciate that you have that energy towards
Bro,
it.
come on, bro.
You know what I mean? Because it's not. I mean, even at that time, it's like it was a cool moment in time. But like, I mean, I've always had a delusional sense of self confidence.
Bro.
Always, like I will always be super self confident. So it's cool. It's like even at that time, I'm like, all right. Like certain things did stand the test of time.
Yes.
But some of the things is like, all right, it wasn't that good.
But
like,
you gotta show it, bro. You have to, bro. So I just feel like there's some. No, sure, you don't sound your prime, but the bars and the way you did it, it was epic, bro. That was the best shit we fucking heard from anybody our age, bro.
Yeah,
everybody, nigga. Do you not remember?
Yeah.
Everybody just like, no, Kiki, he gonna make it. No, Kiki, bro, have you heard his music? And my uncle come over, hey, what was that light-skinned dude that who could rap real good? And I'm like, oh shoot, Kiki, bro. Yeah, you ain't gonna never hear none of his stuff. Nigga.
Yeah. Nah,
so
bro.
now is the time to play all that shit that I've been telling everybody they need to hear, but we couldn't get it sent to us. Nigga.
Yeah.
I hope you still have it.
Yeah, no, I think where my mind goes is sitting down, maybe listening to those and filtering out like, hey, which ones, which ones really did stand the test of time.
I want to be there when you do that.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah,
I want to be there.
I think you have to. There wasn't too many of y'all that was really hearing all that. You know what I mean?
And especially because
limited.
Everybody had like their favorite song of yours. It'd be like, bro, play that one where you talking about this or where it sounds like this, you know? Like I remember Cephas had a favorite song of yours.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was you and Kyle.
Oh yeah, we have one where we go back and forth. That's cool.
Oh yes, I think I think that's the one.
Yeah.
And you guys, what were you guys talking about? Like putting on a mask and robbing somebody, something crazy, right?
It was crazy.
A dope story. Like you guys just beating off each other, and I was like, "Yo, bro, this is crazy." And the beat was stupid, bro. I remember the beat was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one." Like right when you hear the beat, like you know that you're listening to the right song.
But you know when you like remember something a certain way,
like,
and then you hear it, and then you're like,
bro, I want to hear it again.
That's cool, but
I know you can find it too. I know you.
I know exactly which one you're talking about for sure, bro.
I know you
could definitely find that one,
bro. We have to set that up, bro.
Yeah. We'll have.
So I know there was times where you're like, oh man, I think I lost everything on my drive. Or you got it back, right? You took it to like a shop.
Yeah.
You recovered that.
It was the whole computer.
Yeah. Oh, one of your dad's friends helped you.
Yeah.
Bro.
Uncle Reggie.
Yes, bro. How's Uncle Reggie doing, bro?
I think he's good, bro. I think he's got to check up on him here and there. You know what I mean? So I've always wanted him to I would go over there and record and stuff like that.
Yes, because he had a pro studio. Bro, I remember everything. Like I can tell you everything. He's in a wheelchair, bro.
Yeah,
He's a Christian. He's a heavy Christian, bro. So it was like, I can't go and make anything, but like I can go make some things, right?
Yeah. Not that part, but everything else, you were like 8. Yeah, you were like 90%.
I mean, I don't want to dig too deep, but I remember I think you were saying that about Pops. You're like, he wants me to be straight Christian, so I don't show him my music.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't show him all my. I was
like,
stuff.
bro, you haven't showed your dad this? You'd be like, nah, not yet. Like, oh my gosh, bro.
I had maybe like 1 or 2, but that was clean enough to
that
show
he
him.
loved too. Right?
Yeah, I think anything I showed him that was like that, he rock with for sure.
Yeah, bro. That's so awesome, man. It's too many memories, bro. We could be here all night.
I know, for sure. I wonder how long we already went.
Right. Sleeping on the floor, bro. Waking up, recording again, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, a lot.
Having deep conversations too, bro.
Yeah.
Deep ones, what we expect out of ourselves, or just me asking you, like, bro, like, why won't you release? Like, what is the reason? And like, I know you got tired of explaining that to people too. You're like, bro, it's just not about me. Like, I remember, bro, you're like, it's not about me, bro. It's about the family. Like, what if I blow up and people get all this attention that they don't want? Like, I'm thinking about her. Bro, I remember this, like, bro, I promise you, bro. I was like, damn, my nigga, that's deep, bro. Like, you're so, like, talented to where, and so thoughtful to where you're like, nah, I don't want to put my little sister and little brother in the limelight. And I'm like, damn, bro, but like, maybe you could still hide them somehow, but just do it. You're like, nah, bro, not yet.
But that's that delusional self-confidence that I always had, because I really actually believe that whatever I did, whatever I stepped in, it would have just went. You know what I mean?
And so it would have. You were not delusional.
Yeah.
It would have, but it was just like, you just were more concerned about other people and like affecting their lives, bro. That's what you would tell me. Or you told me that one time and I'll never forget it. You're like, bro, it's really about how their life is going to be affected once this fame comes.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, then what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. No,
I was
right.
like, bro, there's no answer to this then. There's no solution.
And maybe that's a lesson too. Like, listening to you say that back, the lesson is trusting God too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, was I a little bit too,
would you have made bad decisions if you were famous at that time and things like that? Do you feel like?
I think that definitely when I reflect and I'm like, man, me growing as a man and having a firm foundation is so important.
Very important.
So like now, bro, I don't even think back and like, oh, I should have done this. No, I'm just super thankful.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
damn,
good.
dude,
That's
this
good.
foundation, because
you don't regret anything.
But then again, when I hear myself and I'm talking and I'm like, dude, like I was ahead of my time still.
You were, bro.
So I was like, the things I'm talking about, I'm like, bro, you would have been all right. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have figured it out. But like, I was definitely overly concerned about the people around me.
You were, bro.
Yeah,
because I was only concern.
A lot of people I was like looking to, like they'd speak on the fame, they'd speak on how it affected the people around them. So I think I was influenced by that too.
Right.
Like all the things that it did, even just the success affecting, or these
regular
like
life
record deals, like getting in those bad deals.
Dang. You're like, I don't know how to not get into one of those. Is that what you felt like?
Well, I feel like I was learning the game. So that's where I even got where I got, because it was like, all right, when you get signed, then you have access to all these people that do these services for you. But then that's coming out of your budget.
Yeah.
And you're just, so then it's like, all right, well, what are these people doing? All right, hey, well, they're doing your videos. They're connecting these dots. They're doing this. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of information, but it was still like, all right, well, why don't we just build that? So it's like, all right, the record company, that's why everything that's in place comes from, a little bit of just like fear, because it's like, all right, I don't want to get in a bad deal. I don't want to make the wrong choice. It's like, oh, fear and doing the wrong. Yeah. So then it's like, all right, like, what do we need to build? So then like one of the main things of the creative agency, I was like, all right, well, it could bring any brand to life. It could, bring any vision to life. So it's like it
I
doesn't.
just need to find the right people, is what you're thinking?
Well, no, I'm just saying the business. The business that I wanted to mainly focus on is focused on what any music artist would need.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's just like it could bring any vision to life. So, whether I'm a music artist or whether I'm, a scrap metal business owner, you know what I'm saying? Like it can bring that vision to life, and then the record company, 8 Deep Records, like I have everything kind of set up to where it's like, all right, let's just build this entity instead of getting involved in the wrong one and getting screwed. You know what I mean?
Dang.
But like, you learn a lot. You learn a lot by trial and error. So,
So you were thinking I need to build this back then when you were like, I don't want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn. Bro.
That's what I didn't understand about what my mind wanted to do.
Okay.
Like I was like, what? Okay. Like
it's hard to verbalize it.
Yeah. Like I didn't understand because I didn't know how to express myself.
Right.
I didn't know how to communicate what I was seeing. So like slowly but surely it started unraveling.
And it made sense.
And then like, 22, 23 years old is when I really was like, all right, what's the bigger picture? Like that's when I started getting the visions for the content for Legacy. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like all that was coming. It was coming so much, overwhelming me to where I couldn't really communicate. That's why, like, when I made my first mind map and I put it on paper, it was a big moment for me because I was able to just see it. It was the simplest thing I've ever made.
I want to do that.
But I was like, oh, I see it now. But
how'd you create the mind map?
I just used Canva.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, I started using Canva, started getting more into the creative aspects because, bro, back then I never make a video in my life. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we would record a little bit, like back in the day. I mean, we had little stuff that we'd play around with. Like even like Cephas had this little thing he would record or whatever. But like I never was like super dove into any editing, any visuals. You guys were always talking about visuals. Everyone around us was talking about visuals.
Yeah.
I never got into that. Never, didn't even know I really had a passion for it.
Right.
Right.
So crazy.
Until that came around. So then once I started practicing that, that's when it was like, all right, let me get my thoughts on paper, made that mind map, and I was just like, all right, this is cool. And then little by little, it was just like every little entity started coming to me to where I had to kind of cap it off and be like, all right, let's start here. And then that's where the patience kicked in, bro. It was just like, it was like, okay, it's way bigger than my music. Like this is, you know what I mean? Like leaving a legacy and building an empire. It's just like, it's bigger than the music. But then also it was like, hey, but I'm not taking this lightly, this gift that God has given me lightly either. So let's
always practice.
Let's press the gas on the music too. You know what I mean? I still like I don't take nothing from that, bro. I'm like super thankful like that I never stopped the reps, like you said.
Right, bro.
And I don't put it past. Whenever God wants that to happen, I'm with it, bro. I'm all the way with it, bro.
Yeah.
It can be snake skin. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that was a question I was gonna ask you. Do you think? So I was wondering, what if snake skin just went stupid?
Yeah.
Would you drop everything?
No, I'd pivot whatever way I have to, right? Because I think that the personal brand, bro, like even this is how I really feel. I'm like, that's the closest way to get paid for being yourself. Generating revenue, you're just being yourself. You land brand deals, you're being yourself. You're using products you already use, and your companies are paying you to create content. There's some work there, but it's like you're really just being yourself. So with the personal brand, music being right there, that definitely I'd have to pivot toward that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, okay, hey, what's the next move? But then also I'd pour that back into my business endeavors.
Right.
So I don't think I'd drop everything. I just find a way. I'd be in an opportunity to build a team quicker.
To delegate, yeah. I was just gonna say
for
that.
sure. I mean, because our goal is to, dependent, maybe not. Some people don't even know that part. The next step is to scaling, is delegate, is getting out of the business.
Yep. And
so and I'm and then even Christian who's here, right? He's business coach. He's helping owners get out of the business, right? That's the part, that's what he's really coaching on. So
Coach me up.
So yeah, bro. I'm like, yeah, and you know that it's, if we're getting paid off our music, bro, that's probably as effortless as most of everything that we do.
Yeah, we get in the bag for it.
Yeah, we've been doing it. So yeah,
that
bro.
That was the goal. That's why we're here right now.
Yeah,
just passion.
We still made it. Yeah, we make it work, bro. Everyone's path, looks a little different. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you get stuck looking left and right, that's when you start getting unhappy and getting, all this stuff.
Seeing what everybody else has.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Or what everyone else is doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, staying centered too. Like, that's why I saw where your happiness was coming from. When we talk, I'd be like, hey, bro, like, remember your source of happiness is coming from a place of like ownership.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, that's why you love your day to day, even though you don't necessarily like love metal. Right, you know what I mean? Right. Like, so.
I love the
ownership, man.
Just the availability it gives me for my
freedom.
Loved ones.
Yeah, for sure.
That's priceless.
For sure. That is
priceless, bro.
That is.
The fact that I could be here and I'm not worried like, oh, I gotta wake up early for work or I'm gonna get fired or I'm gonna be late. Like, bro, that's priceless, bro.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, bro.
Yeah, great chopping it up, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Nah, this is cool, man. I'm
epic.
Definitely excited, to see kind of where we go here. We need to document the journey, man.
Yeah, we will.
And I want to, for you too, I want you to, think about what that looks like for you and just understanding, like,
nice.
We're in alignment too with our faith, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like we need to dive into that more,
Most important.
Everybody that's being connected, bro, is like, that community for accountability is something that's been heavy on my heart, because how isolated, I would keep myself to a lot, and sometimes for good reason, staying out the way. But for the most part now, it's like, bro, how do we build a community? And my vision has always been, hey, I want my day ones. I want my day ones here. I want my day ones around.
And it'll never feel like work.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a reason for it to be any other way, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. We just, it's easier for us because of the situation we're in, but there's still the people who are 9 to 5 and putting that money toward what they love.
Yeah.
And then eventually, bro, that gets old, bro.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, that music is what I used to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pay my bills now. You feel me? It's
for sure.
Damn. I was talking to Dante. We could wrap it up after this.
Yeah.
But he was just like, yeah, bro, like, I just don't have that fire anymore. Like, the passion for it is like, sure, like, if we're doing it, I'll do it. But other than that, he's like, I haven't been writing. I haven't been doing this. I'm like, dang, bro, who would have knew we would get to this? Like, we were like, no matter what, bro, we're going to make it. Since we're like, I don't know, 18.
Yeah.
Now we 32. It's my God, what's going on?
Damn.
And it's exciting, bro. It's having that belief, it's brought me back here. No matter what me and you go through, bro, we always come back to being brothers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it's a huge blessing to have you guys in my life. You know what I mean? Because it's like, bro, like, I don't have a lot of friends and family that are doing anything positive like this. Like, really trying to break the curse of like check to check or doing stuff that people think is the only way to make money. You know?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Believing in yourself, putting some passion and hard work behind it obviously gets you very far.
For sure, bro. Nah, I said that. I think I said it earlier, man. And you came up in conversation, and one thing I know is you got a big heart, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You feel
Definitely.
me? Big heart, and that's something that, like, the end of the day, bro. That's we get through everything with that, or like even me on my side, come from my side, bro. I get through it because I know your heart. You know what I'm saying? And
real
getting past
for
real, bro. It's just like, all right, cool, like. All the other stuff, all the feelings and subjective opinions and us not agreeing on certain things.
That's life.
Bro, but to know each other's heart and then be like, all right, hey, our faith is in alignment. And then on top of that, bro, like, bosses know bosses. It's like, hey, bro, don't the only thing that makes us a boss, bro, is we ain't gonna quit. It's just like, bro, we in it to the long haul. And and not everybody gotta feel that way about entrepreneurship and that, but it's like it's definitely a different sort of like connection. I'm like, all right, bro, like I know you in the same game as I am, bro. Like we gonna figure it out. We gonna pivot over here, and you know, and that's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like, and then if we're not holding each other accountable, keeping us sharp, and building to the next thing, then we might not be motivating the homie like we should, or whoever, because they might not be in that world where they want to start a business or do that.
Right.
But it could be a move we're making that gets them out of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I know, bro, if I'm moving sharp and I'm doing the things, and when I hit Dante, he pulls up. So it's like, you know, even with the artist development, you know, I push myself. I'm like, hey, can we launch that? Because I know Dante could be eating off that and loving to be a part of that. You know, it might not be the
work and not make money for a little bit.
Well, no, not even. I'm just saying that. But how much better do we have to be to put our people in position?
Right.
So if we're running it up and doing what we're supposed to do, you know, that's impact that we could be making for our people. Because I know we have we share that same passion to put our people in position, right? Like even when
100%.
we were working in our way, but I know you think like me because you're like, hey, bro, I want you to be happy. I think you'll be happy here, right? And that's two bosses being like, hey, bro, I get where you're coming from because, you know I aspire to have happy employees.
Yes.
You feel me? And stuff like that. So, bro,
you've taught me a lot about business, bro. The short time that we worked together.
Yeah.
Man, too much game. And that was like, it's like, that was just a little time that we're together, you know?
Yeah.
And just about like, I know it sounds crazy, but treating your customers right. Like I didn't really... I kind of fell into this being my own, you know, boss, you know, but now I have to treat it as what it is and, you know, learn as much as I can to make sure that it can continue to grow, which is scary, but it's like, bro, like you want to do this or go back to work, you know what I mean? So,
and I mean, to speak to that though, it is a different vantage point when you're coming from a different angle, right? It's definitely a lot easier said than done when you're coming from the outside looking in and from that. So I'm sure that if you came into someone else's world, you'd be able to have that same sort of advice.
I see
and
what
like,
you're saying.
you know what I mean? Because when you're in it and doing it, I'm like, you know, it is different. It is different. So I think it was just, hey, I had the time to be available to kind of take a look at how things are going and be able to give you that fresh feedback and implement some systems and stuff like that. So that was cool, bro. You know,
that was a great time.
I got to test like, you know, putting just what was in my head and what I thought could bring a solution. I was able to bring that out, you know what I mean, and do that. So that's dope, bro.
Yeah. And one last thing, I don't know if there's whoever's watching this you know, me like having 25 jobs, I don't see that as bad because it's like you work so many different places.
You taste
if you like actually like try to take something from working everywhere, like you learn how to build a business.
For sure.
You know what I mean? By working different places, understanding like different ways people operate.
You really
and stuff.
work everywhere, bro.
Bro.
And you're a hustler, bro, because it's like you wonder why, like, you know, your boy's trying to hook you up like with a job.
Straight up.
And then I'm like, bro, how many referrals have you got? How many little bonuses have you done stacked up on, bro? Hey, the bonus king, bro.
Man,
the bonus king.
Bro, I made more money at GC services on bonuses than I did for the company, bro.
That's crazy.
And my job was to collect money for the company, and they were paying cashing your boy out. What?
Yeah,
I've hired.
bro.
How many people did I get in there? It was probably like 5 to 7 people.
I done followed you places where I didn't even know what I was doing.
Literally.
Like I didn't even know what my title was. I just literally just snuck right in after you. Like, hey, bro, just fill this out. You're good, bro. I got you.
I would even lace the homies like, look, they gonna offer you $13, but you gotta tell them that you need more because your living situation. And I'm like, bro, you started out more than me. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. You gassing up, bro.
Learning all the ins and outs, but it brought us to where we are. And I know to watch for niggas like me.
Your sales.
Try to, you know.
That got your sales game up.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
bro. Definitely. But yeah, man, God is good.
Yeah,
That's where we at now.
For sure.
It's going to be greater the next episode for sure.
Oh, no doubt, bro. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.